Hi everyone, Nika Martin here, and I just completed Sanjanique Lee Gunn's first novel, Out of Ashes, Trauma, Betrayal, and Triumph. Let me say this, when I read the introduction, I knew I was really going to enjoy this read because I felt she was already in my business just a little bit. The transparency pulls you in immediately and really helps you connect with the story on a personal level. It checks so many boxes. It's a cautionary tale. It's a story of God's mercy and redemptive power. It's a love story. There are even pages to reflect on the chapters after you read them. And it's an example to all of us that no matter how hot life's fires can get, we can all still rise out of ashes. So don't just take my word for it. Go to Amazon now and get the book today.
Everybody to E3, the Thanksgiving week edition. Listen, I'm super excited about the opportunity to share today. It's only going to be a few minutes. I'm presently with my family in Pensacola, just kind of preparing for the Thanksgiving Day family experience. But I wanted to come on and I wanted to talk about something that I've really been pushing, and it's about becoming it's about becoming someone who is optimistic, right? It's about being an optimistic person. Sometimes one of the things that I've discovered in this journey is that when you are optimistic, you set yourself up for the greatest of opportunities. I want you right now to put in the thread, I am optimistic about my future, right? Put that in the thread right now. I am optimistic about my future. I understand that the world we live in is a world that's filled with despair and heartache. We just had another tragedy, right? Another tragedy in Wisconsin. And it's crazy what's going on in this world. But despite all of what's happening in the world, you still need to develop the ability to be optimistic. I ran into this quote, and the quote really set me free, right? I ran into this quote, and I'm going to share it, and hopefully Ray can put it up. Here's the quote: "A pessimist sees the difficulty in every opportunity. The optimist sees the opportunity in every difficulty." I'm going to give it to you again. A pessimist sees the difficulty in every opportunity, but the optimist sees the opportunity in every difficulty. Two things I want you to get right now. One, perspective is key. Perspective is key. Perspective is the angle by which you look at something, right? And when you have a certain perspective, your perspective then shapes how you, here's the second thing, how you conduct yourself. So when my perspective is optimistic, then I conduct myself in such a positive way until I bring about into my space the things that I want. So I'm going to give it to you again. A pessimist sees the difficulty in every opportunity. That's a pessimist. Everything's hard. I don't see how it's going to work. It's not gonna succeed. I'm wasting my time. Da 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 da. A pessimist sees the difficulty in every opportunity, but the optimist sees the opportunity in every difficulty. The Bible says in Romans 8:28, and we know that all things work together for good. That's an optimistic view. All things work together for good to them who love the Lord, to them who are called according to his purpose. You do not have that perspective if you're looking at life from below. You only have that perspective when your angle, when your perspective about something allows you to be able to take advantage of it. So I want to give you some very practical principles about this, because I think that there's a wonderful way for you to become an optimistic person. Here it is. Here's the first thing. To be an optimist, you must focus on solutions and not problems. Now, this is so big. You must focus on solutions. Listen, there will always be something you need to address. But if you are a person whose first response to everything is the problem, then what's going to happen is the problem is going to absorb you. You have to listen. You do not deny the problem. So I'm not telling you to act like the problem doesn't exist. The problem does exist, right? Right? You want to go to college, but you're lacking money. All right? Right? You want to start a business, but you don't have a space to do it. Right? Right? You want to buy a house, but you don't have the down payment. Now, here's the first thing that most people do. They go, I don't have this. I don't have that. And no one's helping me to get there. And then immediately at the point that you say what you don't have, you now stop and you give up because the problem becomes bigger than anything else. But people who are optimistic are people who will look at the problem and focus on the solution. Okay, I want to purchase a house. I don't have the down payment. How can I get to the down payment? That's the question. I want to start a business, but I don't have a location. How do I find a location? Right. Okay. I want to go back to college or go back to school, but I don't have the money. How can I find the money? Where are options and opportunities to accomplish that? And a lot of times the problem is not a problem. It's vision that's not been fulfilled or addressed yet. It's not a problem. It's that you've got this vision, this dream, this opportunity, this door, this goal, and you have yet to sit down and take a good, hard look at the solution. And I'm trying to tell you guys, when you commit to the solution, you're going to be blown away by how God works it out in your favor. All right? That's the first thing. You got to be willing to focus on solutions and not problems. Here's the second thing. You have to declutter your mind so you can watch this. Play the movie in your head of what you want your life to look like. Create in your mind a mental movie of what you want your life to look like, and then play that every day. Create a mental movie, right? Create a mental movie. The mind is an amazing tool. And if you can create a mental movie, wow, put that in the thread. You are the director of your own movie. It's called your life. You are the director of your own life movie. You are the director of it. You are the producer of it. God is the executive producer, but God gives you the ability to direct in your mind the movie that you want your life to look like. Imagine every day if you had the same vision of your life, how disciplined and focused you would be. So you got to create this mental movie and let this mental movie take authority over your thoughts and take authority over your actions. And you start to play this mental movie every day. You have a mental movie of you in a happy marriage. You have a mental movie of you living in your dream home. You have a mental movie of you standing in front of thousands of people, and you have this mental movie, and you create in your mind a movie of what you want your life to look like. Here's the third thing. Always be open to improvements and not just criticism. Now, I need you to get this, because sometimes when we're criticized, we go, yeah, you're right. But we're not open to the improvement that comes from the criticism. I can agree that I need to work on something and not do the work of improvement. So while you may be open to the criticism, right? And that's tough. What you really need to be open to, however, you need to be open to improvements. How do I get better? How do I become better? How do I do things better? And how do I focus on working out the stuff that's working against me? Here's the fourth thing. Minimize obstacles. Minimize obstacles to your success. Some things we create by letting certain people in our space, making certain decisions, not changing certain activity, or not becoming committed to certain habits. So here's one of the things I want to challenge you to do. You ready? I want to challenge you every day to look for ways to make your life better by minimizing obstacles. Some stuff is in the way of your success, and you got to know what it is. Then you got to have the courage to say to yourself, I will not let this stop me. Here's the other piece. Develop a life coach relationship. Develop a life coach relationship. Develop a life coach relationship. Listen, E3 for some of you is your life coach relationship. Every week you get up here and you listen to me, and I've become, in some ways, without being a professional, I've become your life coach. You need a life coach relationship. You need someone in your life who can push you and prod you and inspire you and motivate you. You need someone in your life who you look to. I'm a preacher, and I have people in my life who I look to, and they inspire me as a preacher. They push me, they prod me. And when I listen to them, I want to be better, right? When I'm writing sermons, I think about ways that they would say it, and it helps me. And so you want a life coach. You want someone who can push you and prod you. And the purpose of a life coach is to bring you to a place of profound inspiration where nothing intimidates you. Here's the other thing. Give yourself daily to your best effort. Every day, give yourself to your best effort. And I promise you, if you give yourself to your best effort, if you make your best effort, doesn't mean you have to be perfect. Doesn't mean that you do it right every day. It doesn't mean that every day is a great day. It doesn't mean that everything is working out to your advantage. What it does mean is that every day you're going to give your best effort. What does that really mean? I'm going to read. I'm going to write. I'm going to work. I'm going to give my best effort every single day. Give your best effort every day. Here's the final thing. Nurture a happy inner life. Nurture a happy inner life. And a person who is optimistic, it begins from within. It begins with their faith in God through Jesus Christ. I believe that. Now, you may be a Buddhist, you may be Hindu, you may be Muslim, and whatever your religious expression is, I get it. But whatever it is, you got to develop a happy inner life. And that's really big for me now. I'm a proponent of the writings of Henry Nouwen. And I strongly believe in his writings. Well, there was also a day that I was listening to motivational speakers and inspirational speakers. And I found myself listening almost every day driving to work in Richmond to Les Brown, right? And what's interesting was that as I was listening to him, one of the things that I was working on was my inner life. One of the things that's so powerful to me is to be able to sit down and actually have inner conversations that are not distorted. And when I start to have those, or if they try to trickle in, and I start feeling negative, and I start feeling angry, or start feeling frustrated, I start to pray, right? I start to pray, and I ask God to bring calm to my thoughts and to control my inner space, right? And at that point, when that begins to happen, I start to notice how things settle down. Now I can take authority over the thoughts. Now I can take authority over the actions. I close with this. You will never be great if you do not become an optimistic person. You will never be great if you do not become an optimistic person. You've got to become an optimist. You really do. You have to become an optimist. And you got to work on, it's more than just positive thinking. It's a positive lifestyle. It's the way you come at every day. You got to make a decision. You're going to be a positive person, an optimistic person. Thank you for joining us today. Listen, if you haven't gotten it, you need to get the Amazon best-selling book, Out of Ashes by Sanjanique Lee Guns. You need to get this book. If you haven't gotten it, go to Amazon right now and purchase this book. You need to get it. Now, the first Sunday in December at the St. Paul Church, she will be doing an official book signing. And so we want to encourage those of you who bought the book to bring it with you. But if you haven't gotten the book yet, you can also wait on the first Sunday in December, and she's having an official book signing. So I'm challenging everybody, get this book, because this book is a book that will feed your optimism. Because after you've cried and got mad, you will celebrate the fact that victory came out of it. Hey, guys, I love you. Listen, have an amazing Thanksgiving. Ray and I got something we're cooking for Thanksgiving Day, so we're not going to do Thursday Recharge because by that time the Cowboys should be winning. All haters can go away. But so we may be cooking up something. Ray will announce it. And so I want to thank all of you for jumping on. Go get the book right now. Go get the book right now. I'm not only her husband and I'm not only our kids' daddy, but I'm a G daddy. And they bought me this shirt, and I'm a protector, and I'm a hero. I love all of that. Love you guys. Thank you all for spending time. Invite people to get our texts, right? To get the daily text, the E3 inspirational texts. You can text E3 to 84576 right now, E3 to 84576. Get on the mailing list, get on the email list, get on the text list, and let us bless you. Let us encourage you every day. Let us encourage you every day. You know, today it was chase greatness, not money. Whoo, love it. Chase greatness, not money. Listen, love you guys. Have a great Thanksgiving. Smile more than you frown. Laugh more than you cry. And walk out purpose more than you stand still. And understand God's got you. Be blessed, everybody. We'll see you next Monday. Take care.